Hi everyone, I'm Jack Russell, the new Executive Director for A Healthy Community Brookfield, or as you know it, HCB. Thank you to you all, the Board of Directors, for coming in and listening to me trying to turn HCB from a stranger to a community neighbor. So let's get started. So the goals of this presentation are to review the findings of the conducted situational analysis, also to review proposed changes to HCB's mission and vision statement, and review the strategic plan and how it will be evaluated. So a quick overview of HCB is a 501(c)(3) charitable nonprofit established in 1998 after receiving a $2 million donation to expand the work of health promotion and wellness throughout Brookfield County. We have 97 employees in several different programs. We have a very large variety of programs and services through grant and county funding. But what's going on here? So we have a lot of confusion regarding our offered programs and services in the community. We lack a clear mission and vision statement. We've also recently failed the PHAB's Domain 9 standard. PHAB is the Public Health Accreditation Board. The Domain 9 standard requires organizations to have a comprehensive quality improvement plan that uses organizing framework for complete integration of quality improvement and performance management initiatives into its daily functions. So because we failed this, the county health department contract is in jeopardy, which puts 3 of our programs in jeopardy: the prenatal and newborn care, smoking cessation classes, and vaccine and immunization services. We also have unstable employment due to program funding cycles, and we have the diabetes education classes, well water testing, and water mitigation assistance funding cycles ending in 3 months. So some environmental factors that tie into all of this. On one hand, HCB is perceived as doing good by the community. Our staff and you all, the board, are viewed as dedicated, hardworking, and knowledgeable. So thank you all very, very much for your hard work. But there's also confusion regarding who HCB is and what HCB does by the community and other organizations. One community member said that HCB is like a ship without a navigation system, rudder, or sail. So we're constantly a little lost. But there's also no strong presence or ties to the community, and HCB goals do not align with board members' visions, with your vision. I know someone recently told me that we should just try to apply for as many grants as possible and gather as much money as possible, but that's not what HCB is about. It's about public health and wellness and promotion throughout the community. But there's also an overlap of services among several organizations, and also the matter of private versus public health care, and once again, that overlap of services. So I did conduct a situational analysis reviewing the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of HCB. So I'm going to quickly go over these. So some of the strengths I've identified: we have a very competent CFO who stepped in 2008 and really helped put this organization back on track financially. We also have several contracts with the county health department. So we have that association there. We also have annual funding from Brookfield County. So we also have that resource. And HCB offers several different programs and services at little to no cost. So putting in perspective that public healthcare entity versus private, so people who don't have private insurance or can't access it for whatever reason have somewhere to turn to. HCB is also seen as a good place to work, and we have you all, the community board members. You're very well known in the community, and you've been with us for a very long time. However, at the same time, because you have been here for a very long time, there's unspecified board term limits. So that is also a weakness, because we need to get other people, new fresh ideas in, and make sure that we are keeping with a rotation. That way, when people want to leave HCB or retire, we still have people who are understanding what direction we're going in. Also, because we do have these funding from other places and contracts from other places, this leads to unstable employment, and also funding cycles could be ending. So our programs are contingent upon outside funding. As I stated before, we do have an unclear mission and vision, and we also failed PHAB's Domain 9 standard. So some opportunities with this are to partner partner with different organizations. One really big opportunity for partnership is with the county schools. We could get several different programs such as, like the babysitting classes, or just any type of really big need. If there's like a big population where we need vaccination services, partnering with schools and getting a nurse in there, and, just bridging the gap between and having parents and kids being able to go out to as little places as possible and just somewhere that they're already gathering would be a huge opportunity for us. Also, there's minimal state-sponsored public health infrastructure. So because there is minimal state-sponsored public health infrastructure, we can take advantage of that. We've already had contracts with the county, so why not go after more contracts with the state? That way we can earn more funding and expand our services to more rural areas in Brookfield County. But the county health department has limited resources right now. They are struggling. I know 3 of our programs are in jeopardy. So convincing them that we are going to improve our quality and showing that by following through with the Domain 9 standard, then they won't have to do these programs and services themselves. We already are doing it for them, so then they can keep us at it. We also have a positive community image. Having a positive image versus a negative image works greatly in our favor. However, there are a lot of threats. Most of these threats come into play by other organizations or health clinics or hospitals, private physician practices, them overlapping services that we offer. So showing why we are different, why people should come with us, or at least narrowing our scope of programs and services to really serve the community in ways that they aren't already been serving is also another opportunity from our threats. Also, we once again failed PHAB's accreditation requirements, so that's a big threat because it shows that our programs were not up to par regarding quality. So by focusing on that QI and getting things in motion, we can turn that threat into an opportunity. So our current mission and vision, I'm not going to read them to you because they're very lengthy. They've been around for a very long time. So I really want to propose to you a new mission and vision that's shorter, that people are going to be able to remember. The mission is HCB strives to improve the community's health and wellness through local education, prevention, and medical services. The proposed vision will be Brookfield community to lead happy, healthy, and quality lives. I think that this mission and vision, short, sweet, to the point, it's very clear, concise. Our staff will be able to remember it, live by it, and the community members will be able to understand what HCB does and our purpose in their lives. So I have 5 different strategies here to try to focus on in the future to push HCB into being the best that it can be. So first, the community. We need to identify community needs and build community engagement. So through this, we can also build partnerships. We can build relationships and wraparound services with stakeholders and really find different ways to bridge the gap of services, especially since there's a lot of overlap already with services. We can go to the large hospitals, ask them what they need assistance with. Like, do they need us to step in and talk with patients about diabetes, or once these patients are discharged, do they want to refer them to us? That way they can continue with services. Quality. We need to improve our program quality. We've already talked about the Domain 9 standard of PHAB. So just improving our quality in the program and making sure that it's the best it can be. Funding. We need to secure funding. That way we have less employee turnover. We aren't canceling programs. So secure funding. And employees, we need to enhance our employee morale. We need to make sure that they feel important. Happy employees leads to a happy organization. So here's our action plan for those five components that we just talked about. With the community, who's going to be leading this action? So you all, the board members, you already have strong ties in the community. I want you to stay in the community. We also have a public relations director and community workers. So with that, we will have rebranding and promotion. We will do events. We will identify the health disparities, need for services in underserviced areas in the community. So in the next 6 to 12 months, I really want to start having more community engagement, figure out what's needed in the community. That way in 2 years, 3 years from now, we are well integrated in the community and we are continuously finding new program or new needs for service and staying with the trend. We need to have partnership. So our public relations director and me, the executive director, we are going to identify 3 stakeholders or community organizations to partner with each year. So I want to keep constantly raising the bar, getting more action with the community and community members, and making sure that we continue to build those partnerships and be involved in the community. So that way, once again, 2-3 years from now, we're just going to be having a bigger network of people. Quality improvement, the quality improvement director and the program managers will be responsible for this. So we're going to look at each program and we're going to create new objectives and instill a new performance management system. That way we can make sure that we are tracking our quality. We're going to do the plan, do, check, and act system. We're going to make sure that we are following the Domain 9 standards and continuing with all the other domains as well. But quality is something that we are going to really focus on and see what's lacking in the program and really push to make things better. So we're going to, in the next 6 to 12 months, we're going to review each of these programs. And then we're also going to do an annual review as well. That way, in a few years from now, we have it down packed and we know, okay, this is what we need to make sure that these programs stay having high quality. Also, with funding, the CFO and the board members are going to, you guys are going to keep reviewing our grants and funding and the annual budget each fiscal year to see if there's new opportunities, make sure that we are still adhering to the plans of each grant and funding. That way we can keep them and roll it over to the next year. If one is going to end at a certain time, then we need to find a new grant or reapply for it. That way there can be a continuation of services without a lapse. And our employees. So our human resources and program managers are going to, talk with the employees, see what's going on in their programs, why they're unhappy, and see if there can be some solutions. We're also going to have annual trainings and evaluations to ensure quality. So this ties back into the quality aspect. We're going to implement this in 6 months. We're going to look over what trainings can be used to make sure that our quality is enhanced. So, employees will feel more confident in their jobs. And then we're also going to provide an annual review for the employees, let them know how valuable they are to us, and also where room for improvement is. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, so our strategy evaluation. How are we going to make sure that these things are working? So upon program completion, I want to send out participant surveys so that we get feedback and we make sure that we are still in touch with the community and that they feel like they are part of our program. We're going to be measuring quality using PHAB standards evaluations. We're also, like I said, going to have annual staff evaluations, make sure our staff are competent, know what they're doing, and that they feel confident in their jobs. We're also going to have annual employee feedback. I want to hear that feedback. So maybe during our staff evaluations, we can chime in a little box and get that feedback from employees. We're also going to have an annual meeting in a box for employees to review HCB's mission and vision, identify strengths and needs for improvement so that they feel a part of it. So based off of all that, we're going to conclude. So we're going to focus on HCB's vision and mission to guide us. We're going to evaluate all the programs and services, make sure that they're needed in the community and meet quality standards. We're going to gain partnerships and community support and engagement. And we're going to have happy employees by the end of it. Hopefully in the next 2-3 years, we will be in a really good groove. We'll be nice and smooth and things will go great for us. Thank you all so much for coming and being a part of this. And I look forward to working with you all.